Hey there, welcome to Man Hunter. In today's video, I'm going to review this, the On-Running Cloudmonster. First, I'm going to show a short video of me running around in them. Then I'm going to put them on the turntable and talk through their specifications. Then I'm going to review them. Finally, I'm going to see if I can recommend them. I'm making this video because I have several soft riding easy day shoes, and my favorite being this, the Nike ZoomX Invincible Run Flyknit. This is a bit worn down now and needs replacement, so the Cloudmonster was launched and I bought a pair. I made a short video of me running around testing the ride of the shoe. If you don't want to see that kind of thing and just want to go straight to the review, there's channel marks down below and happily skip on through. But if you don't, I took them to the north of the island of Ireland to the stunning Antrim coastline, which I hadn't been to before. I took them to the Dark Hedges, famous from Game of Thrones, and then about 25k away was where I really wanted to go, the Giant's Causeway. If you watch this channel a bit, you'll know I like puns, verbal puns, but I like visual puns too. So I went rock hopping in these. When I was younger, I was a demon at rock hopping. Not quite the same now, but I enjoyed it very much, as you can probably see. So let's go for a run and see the shoes in action. I hope you enjoyed my run on the Giant's Causeway. Beautiful part of the world to go running in. Lots to see. The area around the causeway is just fabulous. There's park runs on the beaches. There's all sorts of stuff. Beautiful part of the world. And I put some notes down in the description below if you're interested in going to the causeway. But now, let's get on with the reviewing. We'll put the shoes on the turntable and look at our specifications. On-Running say that the shoe weighs 275 grams, 9.70 ounces. This shoe is a US M13, EU 48, UK 12.5. In this size, it weighs in the left shoe 341 grams or 12.05 ounces, and in the right shoe 340 grams or 12 ounces. It has a 33mm stack height and it has a 6mm drop. On-Running say this about the Cloudmonster. Running never felt like this. Our biggest cloud elements ever meet an ultra powerful speedboard. The result? Extremely soft landings and maximum rebound for energy return you won't believe. This is running on clouds with the volume turned up. A monster of a sensation meets big performance. Light, durable and temperature resistant, a bold rocker shape and easy step in make running pretty much irresistible. It's perfect for energizing any run from an easy 5k to a big effort 20. It may be a playfully weird ride, but it's definitely serious about performance. Let's review the shoe and see if what On-Running says is true. My initial impression of the shoe was really positive. It's a lot lighter than I expected. It's lighter than its sibling, the Cloud Stratus, and I think that's down to the upper, which we'll discuss in a moment. For the keen-eyed among you, you'll notice there's no Swiss flag on this particular shoe, meaning, oddly enough for you who are on-running nerds, that I bought it in Switzerland, where for some reason they don't put the flag on the shoe, something to do with a Swiss law. So when I was at the marathon in Zurich, I was looking around at all sorts of on-running shoes, flag or no flag. But yeah, this is the only pair I have without a flag. I think On saved the weight in the upper. I'll stick the light on and stick it through and you'll see that the shoe, it's ventilated, but you can see small micro holes in it. It's ventilated. I haven't had a problem, but it's not particularly well ventilated. But I think it's got the small micro perforations, and I think the On-Running saved the weight in the upper. The laces on the shoe are oddly straightforward. There's 3 loops here, a little loop down the bottom, and a couple of eyelets. It's incredibly easy to get on. I've said this loads of times. I always think On have their own laces, the design department. They overcomplicate so many different ones, and these are fantastic. You stick them on, you pull the laces, and off you go. The tongue on the shoe is thin. I mean, that's one of the areas they save some weight. There's no pass-through for the laces. It doesn't bother me. The tongue can fall down, but that's a matter of your foot to put the pressure up on it. There's not as much structure in the heel as there would be on the Cloud Stratus. I guess that's where they save some weight as well. The Cloud Stratus has a plastic heel counter. There's a removable bespoke liner, but yeah, they saved the weight of the shoe on the upper. The sole of the shoe is large. It's a reasonable stack on it. There's 10 large hexagons down below. There's only 10, but they're big. The outsole is fairly standard On stuff, a little bit of rubber. They don't have great traction, and you often catch stones. Oddly enough, I didn't catch any stones when I was hopping about the rocks, but typically in On shoes, that sort of speed board catches the stones. But a bigger midsole than most On shoes, and a more comfortable one. The Cloudmonster is lighter than all of the shoes I would compare with. The Adidas Adistar comes in at 377 grams or 13.35 ounces. The On-Running Cloud Stratus comes in at 367 grams or 12.95 ounces. The Invincible Run Flyknit by Nike is 360 grams or 12.7 ounces. And closest to it, but slightly heavier, is the Hoka Bond AX at 343 grams or 12.1 ounces. This is the lighter of all of them at 340 grams or 12 ounces. In terms of fit, there's lots of toe box wiggle for me, which I like. And I typically buy On shoes in this size, which is M13, EU48, UK12. I probably could have gone down a half size in these shoes, but I still found them comfortable to run in. On made a big thing about the shoes when they first came out. And when I was in Zurich, there was adverts all over the place. And well, the marathon was on, I suppose. And there was a lot of stuff on the web about them. I like the look of them. I like the big O. I like the big, it sort of has Cloud Tech written large here. These look very purple and bright light. You might have seen that in the pictures. These are Acai and Aloe, and they're also available in Frost and Surf, which is kind of white in men's, and in women's they're in Acai and Lavender and Glacier and Meadow. But yeah, I like the color, I like the design of the shoe, and yeah, I find it visually appealing. Now, the ride of the shoe. On say that it may be a playfully weird ride, but it's definitely serious about performance. Well, I ran all across the rocks, and you would have seen I was running on gravel and tarmac, all sorts of stuff. And then I did 2 10Ks here in Dublin, out and back again over all sorts of terrain. I loved the ride of the shoe. I love the feel when I put it on. The ride is soft. I was expecting to be like a giant Cloud Stratus, which I find clunky and not that enjoyable. I know some of you like it, but I rarely run in it. I mean, I run it here and there, but it hasn't. I don't look at the shoe and say I'd love to go running in those, whereas I kind of do with these. The ride is soft. There's a pronounced rocker feel as you go towards the forefoot, but it's comfortable. And initially, when I went out on the rocks, I thought they might be wet. They weren't. As you can see the day, they weren't wet, and I wore my On-Running Cloud Venture waterproof, and and that's the shoe that I walk in all the time. It's a shoe I adore, and I wear it every single day. I'll be wearing it later, you could notice it immediately once I took out the Cloudmonster and put them on, how much softer it was. And over the rocks in the dry, the grip was fine. These shoes list online with On-Running at €169.95, $169 and 99 cents, £150 sterling, Australian dollars 259.95, and 230 Swiss francs, though I got them for 229.90 at Jelmoli, which was the centre of the Zurich Marathon meet and greet. Overall, I think it's a good, well-priced shoe. To make some comparisons, this is the On-Running Cloud Stratus. This shoe is heavier and more expensive than the Cloudmonster. It's more firm and it doesn't do a lot for me. I mean, I run in it, but I don't look forward to running in it. Likewise, the Adidas Adistar, it's cheaper than the Cloudmonster. It's heavier. It's got a nice upper, but boy, has it got a clunky sole. I remember when I got this first thinking, if I drilled a whole lot of holes in those, which I still might, maybe it would ride nicer, and it's kind of the way that On-Running did with the Cloudmonster. Big sole, lots of holes. This is the Bondi X by Hoka. It has a carbon plate. Nice shoe, but it's on the expensive edge. I think I'd paid €225 for these, so expensive. Comparatively priced, Nike Invincible Run Flyknit wore badly this shoe on the outsole. Other than that, it's got a very plush upper, so if you want a plush upper, I'd go with this. I think it's a great shoe. When my knees are really in trouble, I have a pair of these to run in. I'll get the next version. But if the knees aren't giving me any grief, yeah, I'll be running in these for easy day shoes, the On-Running Cloudmonster. Should you buy these shoes? Well, I have 7 pairs of On-Running shoes that I currently run in, plus 2 upstairs that I've retired off. I think these are ideal for long run or recovery runs, or somewhere where you just want an easy riding shoe. On say, a monster of a sensation meets big performance. I don't find the sensation anything like what I'd imagine a monster sensation would, or I don't find this big performance. There was performance, and I'll do some more testing. So yeah, lots of hyperbole, but let the shoe do the talking. It's good enough. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did, it'd be great if you hit the like button. As always, there'll be lots of stuff down in the description below, and I'll happily answer any questions that you put into the comments. There'll be a big blue subscribe button popping up there, and some raid videos there. Thanks for watching. Until the next video, just keep running along.